Turn my vocal up. That's how you feel, Emery? Turn my vocal up some more. Turn my vocal up, Guru. Nobody win when the family feud. Nobody wins when the family feuds. Brian Norman Jr. has fired his father as trainer after he lost his belt, his title to Devin Haney. It looks like he's working with a brand new trainer that you all know. In this video, I'm going to break it down who that trainer is. But wait, there's more. The bad news is it don't really seem like Brian Norman Sr. is taking it well. Turn my vocal up. So let's get it in. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, you guys got to follow me. I'm really him. I'm really the one. I made this post on my social media. Brian Norman has officially fired his pops, right? This is on the heels of a bad Devin Haney loss. And when I mean bad, he did a stanky leg and he was hurt in the second round, I think it was. He talked a lot. His dad talked a lot. And it didn't really culminate and go their way, right? So you know how it go. When fighters lose, they usually blame somebody, and it's not always themselves. So for whatever reason, Brian Norman feels he can do better, or not necessarily do better, but, well, kind of, I guess. Because if you don't think you can do better, why would you switch trainers? You know what I mean? Like, you don't pull your money from a bank if you love the bank and they're treating you right and got all the perks that you want as a consumer. So at the end of the day, Brian Norman is switching it up. And some of you may know, but it looks like he's working with Derrick James from Errol Spence Jr. fame. Now, Derrick James is a former fighter himself. This is his gym in Dallas. This EJ City, this Dallas, right? And you can see him pointing out something and Brian Norman trying to soak it up and be a student of the game. Not mad at it. I mean, when you lose, and you lose in the fashion that he lost to Devin Haney, you should want to get better. You lost, like, it was embarrassing. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being real. It was an embarrassing performance. It wasn't good. You didn't really have that many redemptive qualities shown in the fight. Now, it's okay to lose, you know, but I feel like the talk with a lot of these young fighters, when it comes down to it, it don't really match the output or the final result. Like, for you to be like, I'm going to whoop him. He's nothing for me. He's pillow-fisted. He ain't got no pop. He ain't got no chin. You seen what Ryan Garcia did. You know, these types of things. To have the fight play out like it did, it just wasn't the good look. So I respect Derrick James. I know Derrick James. He did great work with his fighters. I like what he was doing with Anthony Joshua, even though Joshua ended up leaving. Errol Spence, of course. I've been there live for a lot of their fights and a lot of their moments. His work with Jermell Charlo. So I think Brian Norman could be a very, very good fit with Derrick James. And you want someone like him, like cerebral and to the point. He's not emotional. Like, even when he was training Ryan Garcia's dad was like, Bill Haney got a nappy head. He nappy-headed. He a nappy-headed, whoa, you know. And Derrick James was just like, come on. Like, he just didn't get out of his skin. He's just almost hard to read sometimes. So you want a trainer like that. And the thing with these father-son duos or whatever in boxing is a lot of times it could be real emotional, which is going to be interesting for Shakur Stevenson fight with Teofimo, because Teo's pops trained him. And I just seen these fathers act real emotional. Like, Bill Haney don't want to throw in the towel when Ryan was whooping him. And this was well before we knew about positive Osterine tests and stuff like that. The right call was to stop the fight Devin would have took the fade, and then it would have came out that Ryan popped for Osterine, and then that would have been better because it would have been less punishment on your son, and then that would have been redemption because the narrative would have been the only reason he lost is because Ryan cheated. But then your son made no adjustments, and how it played out, it actually looked worse. So it's always interesting, and I feel like sometimes when you have the dad training, it gets to a point where maybe the son don't really like fully respect it. And because I seen Brian Norman, it looked like when he was training for Devin Haney, I told you they got to Saudi Arabia like kind of late. Devin got there, and again, the videos and posts are up. Devin and his team got to Saudi Arabia like a month early. I understand he has good money or whatever, but you got to make sacrifices. You're getting to Saudi Arabia to acclimate a week before the fight or whatnot. But it is what it is. You got to Saudi late. It looked like you were training at your like in a home gym, stuff like that. Sometimes the fighter need to drive, have a 45-minute hour drive just to further that discipline. Boxing and life in general is not supposed to be comfortable. You're not supposed to feel good. Like it should be, oh man, I have a long day ahead of me in training and running. I got to get miles and my coach is going to work me to death. And I got to sit in traffic on the way there and the way back. That's life. You're not supposed to be comfortable. Half the time, I don't even want to make videos, but it's my job. This is what I signed up for. So at the end of the day, you got to get out that comfort zone. But anyway, it don't sound like Brian Norman is taking it well because he refuses to like work with his son now because he said he's not playing second fiddle. In fact, in an interview with Mill City that I'm going to let you listen to, this is what he said.
For the people asking the question of, will I be in the corner to some magnitude? I know that's a big question that people want to know, and they want you to ask. I will not. I will not be in the corner at all. Can you imagine me being second to somebody else? I can't. You feel me? I'm a realist. I can't play second fiddle to nobody. You can't put me in front of a dish and I'm making up a gourmet meal. And then you're going to replace me with another chef and tell me I got to be this nigga assistant? Nah, you kiss my head. I don't do that. For the people asking the question of, will I be in the corner to some magnitude? I know that's a big question that people want to know, and they want you to ask. I will not.
So you heard it from the horse's mouth. Will I be in the corner of my son? Absolutely not. I will not.
And they want you to ask. I will not. I will not be in the corner at all.
And he's saying, I'm not working underneath somebody. If I was a chef and then you fire me and get rid of me and then now you want me to still work in the kitchen. Now, for me, my opinion is different. I think the pride comes before the fall. That's your son. You should want the best for him. I'm sure this happened to a lot of father trainers like Ryan Garcia. His dad probably put him in the game or whatever, but it got to a point maybe Ryan outgrew him. And he started going to Eddie Reynoso, Derrick James, Goosen. And then now he circled back. He kind of back with his dad, it sounded like, for the Barrios fight. So things come full circle, but just bail out and be like, nah, I will not. I'm not working with him. I'm not finna be, you could kiss my ass. That don't sound like you taking it well, in my honest opinion. So I think that's the wrong move for a father. It sounds emotional, and that kind of proves the point that maybe he needs a different trainer. If soon as your son's having doubts now, he lost his belt, it's embarrassing, people clowning him, people fell off the wagon, whatever, and then first sign of distress and, cutting you out the equation, which is a business, you seem to be taking it personal. So it is what it is, as they say. For more boxing news, subscribe.